Today I'll be giving you 5 myths that are holding you back from actually killing that interview. This video will be useful for you if you're going into an interview or in the event that you just want to arm yourself so that when an interview comes up any day, you're just ready to kill that interview. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Abby. On this channel, I discuss career, self and professional development. If these are topics you're interested in, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I understand that going in for an interview can be very daunting, right? After the initial excitement of getting that interview email, then now it comes the time to actually interview for the position. You can get very nervous, it's normal. I remember my first interview after I moved abroad. I was so nervous. It was actually a virtual interview and I was shaking like a leaf. During the interview, I caught the call. I was like, I can't believe I just caught the call. And I stood up, I ran to the bathroom, I came back, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. I quickly called back. And they were like, oh, what happened? Abby, we're trying to get you back. And I'm like, sorry, it was the network. The connection wasn't great. I was just trying to fix it. But I was so scared. I was so nervous. So I can relate, right? So the first myth is that the most qualified gets the job. I think we all know that that's definitely not true. When you are interviewing for a position, usually the person who gets hired for the position doesn't necessarily have to be the most qualified, right? The person just needs to be someone that the hiring team considers to be perfect for the position. And how do they come to this conclusion? The hiring team usually comes to this conclusion by determining whether the person is a good cultural fit, and that will depend on the culture of the organization. Secondly, they would also determine whether your personality aligns with the team as well. So that's why I typically advise that personality is very important. When you're interviewing for a job role, show your personality, right? Act all excited and enthusiastic about the role. By the time you're speaking, they can feel your aura, they can feel your energy. Because the truth is, if there are two people that are equally qualified for a role, what makes you unique? That's the important thing, right? Someone is interviewing for a position and the person is just sounding like, I'm not totally interested, right? But the person has everything it takes and ticks all the boxes. While the other person might not have everything it takes, might not tick all the boxes, but they are showing a level of enthusiasm, a level of interest in the role and interest in even interviewing and wanting to join the team. That can be a bonus point for you. So advice here is, even if you don't have everything that is on the maybe the job post, you don't have all the requirements for this position, however, don't disqualify yourself based on that. The fact that you have a good personality can also be very attractive and can make you get hired for the position, right? I've been on a couple of interview panels that sometimes you disqualify a person because you just feel this person doesn't have the energy, right? And then if you're on an interview panel and someone is interviewing for a position and you are of the opinion that the energy is not right, or the person doesn't come off as enthusiastic or even interested, you might feel that this person doesn't really want the job, and then if he gets the job, he might leave soon. Opposed to someone that they have that excitement on their face. And I know that personalities are different, right? Some people just don't know how to show it. Even when they're excited, they just laid back. But in an interview, first impression matters, right? All they know is that what is on your resume. What now makes you stand out is how they perceive you. And having an interesting personality can also go a long way. Another myth is that the employer knows everything about you. So I'm here to dispel that as well. So the employer doesn't know everything about you, right? They know only what is in your resume or perhaps on your LinkedIn board page, right? The fact that the employer knows very little to nothing about you, you should make sure that the responses that you give to interview questions are very in-depth, right? Come with examples. When they ask you questions, do you have experience in, should I say, analyzing data? And you're like, oh yes, I do have experience in analyzing data. And then you end it there. No, come with an example, make it interesting, right? It's a conversation. Provide in-depth examples so they can actually relate to what you're saying. They can understand that irrespective of the fact that this person put it down in her resume that she has this experience, she has done this, but she's giving us real life examples, or he is giving us real examples to actually portray the fact that they know what they are talking about. When you are communicating during an interview, always give an example. I'll be putting up a video after this one with regards to how to respond to questions during the interview itself. Provide in-depth examples of any question that they ask you because they don't know you. They know what's on your resume, they don't know you. So don't assume anything. Respond as if they have no idea of who you are. They don't even have your resume. Say everything, right? Let them be the one to say, oh, that's fine, don't worry, we'll get it. When they ask you questions, for example, tell us about yourself. Give them all your professional experience that are relevant to the role. Let them know this is what I've done. An example of what I did recently. Don't assume anything. So when you're going into an interview, don't assume that they know anything about you. Yes, they might have your resume, but go there with concrete and credible examples. It's also important when responding to questions to highlight your soft skills. Make sure that you respond in a way that shows you are perhaps adaptable, you pay attention to details, and this can come up when you are giving examples. You can give an example. I'm a team player. I had to work on a project with a couple of people, and then perhaps someone was proving difficult, and I took a step back to actually have a conversation with that person, and we were able to achieve this as a result of that. That just shows that this person has good communication skills. This person has the soft skill of being a team player, things like that. So when you are giving concrete examples, ensure that you highlight any soft skill that you believe that you have. Another example, perhaps if you're adaptable, you can say that, oh, I was in this role, but because of some changes in the structure of the organization, I had to also do this and take up another role. That shows that this person is adaptable because things change, and that this person in this organization or in this company, if situations arise and then the structure changes, this person can also fit into another role, right? It's also important. Highlight your soft skills when responding to questions during your interview. Another myth is that you should have a perfect answer for every question. I think that's kind of impossible. The possibility of having a perfect answer for every question is kind of low, right? You might practice and have great answers, but in the event that you don't have an answer to a question, let them know. Unfortunately, I haven't done this before, or I don't know about this. However, I'm willing to learn. I'm a fast learner. I can take this up easily and then learn. Also, you can give an example of a time when you probably had not done something similar before and you are able to learn on the job and you're a fast learner. Don't be afraid to say you don't know, because we don't know everything, right? The fact that you say you don't know, it shows off as you being a honest person. I'm not saying say you don't know two things that you should know, right? Because there are some things we know that you should know when you are interviewing for a job, right? But then there are some things that you probably do not know, and that's fine. You don't need to know everything. Your answer doesn't have to be perfect. And in the event that perhaps you've practiced and then you forgot something, or they asked a question and you forgot how you should phrase it, you phrased it in the wrong way, let it go, right? Just go on. Definitely, you are expected to stumble once in a while. Even people that are interviewing you, they've been times that they've also been on interviews, right? So they understand. To come with a lot of boldness and with a lot of courage that I might not know this, but I can learn. It's very important for them to know that you are willing and you are open to learn. Another myth is that it's all about what you say. This definitely is not the case. Yes, what you say is definitely important. How you communicate is important. But the thing is, communication also goes beyond what you say, right? Your body language, your tone of voice, if you're fidgety, all those things, they can read it, especially if it's an in-person interview. That's why I prefer most times virtual interview. But then if you don't have an opportunity to do a virtual interview, make sure that you're seated well, you're in an upright position, you exude confidence, you're not fidgety, the tone of your voice is not too harsh, it's not too low, speak like a professional. Also, your voice shows that you are enthusiastic, you're excited about the role. There's been times that, let me be honest, sometimes I think I've been hired a couple of times because I sounded very bubbly and excited and confident, and not necessarily because I was the best person for the job. Yes, I knew my onions, but then they felt like this person is exuding a lot of confidence. This person's body language, everything is just on point. Then finally, once the interview is done, then you are done. That is a myth. Once the interview is done, you are not done. Ensure that you write a thank you email to each and every person on that panel. It's very important. That's one thing I do not forget to do. Also, I can put a snippet of how a thank you email can be written, right? You can just an example or something you can use to draft your thank you email after an interview process. It makes you more memorable. They remember you. And your thank you email, you can also quickly insert a bit of your experience, right? When you take a look at the snippet I have here, it also includes a bit of your experience. When you draft the email, just letting them know that thank you so much for the interview. It was a great conversation. Let them know it's a conversation, not really an interview, right? It was a great conversation. I just want to reiterate the fact that I have the experience, I have the skills that aligns with this position. I'll be super excited to join this team. Things like that. Make sure that you send the thank you email, not just because of the formality of sending the thank you email, but also because you can also include a bit of your skill sets in there and show them why you align with the team as well. Position. If there are some things that you guys discussed that stood out, you can say that as well. Thank you for letting me know this, right? And then aside that, You can also say, oh, thank you. If you have any further questions, you can reach me via email or via phone call, right? That will create a lasting impression in the mind of your interviewers as well. It's not over until it's over. Within 24 hours, send a thank you email. Which of these myths surprised you? Is there anything you want to add to this list? Put it down in the comment section so that we can all learn from you. So thank you for watching. I wish you the very best in your next interview. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification button as well. See you next time.